NVIDIA's earnings has a strong track record of surpassing these consensus estimates. How do these latest results square up in NVIDIA's streak?
What's been interesting is a lot of investors seem to be punishing companies for doing really well, but not necessarily doing as well as they have in the past. And I find that interesting because if you take a step back, I'm looking at an Nvidia's trajectory, at its momentum, at its pace, at the risks even it's taking. It's doing all the right things to remain competitive and hold on to its advantage, even though it doesn't really have to. It doesn't need to outperform itself by that much. And so when you're getting, as we discovered today with the Q2 results, really good results that still exceed expectations. Yes, they haven't outperformed or beaten expectations quite as aggressively as they have in the past. I don't see that as a sign of weakness. I think the outlier was what we saw up until now. I think this is more normal. This is what we should expect moving forward.
Right now, customers who want to get in on the latest AI tech and have the gadgets to, reach that level of computing, they still have to go to NVIDIA. But how soon do you expect to see meaningful competitors in this space?
So obviously, there's one track here, it's just data center, and there's another track that's devices. And with devices, what we're seeing, first of all, NVIDIA is still, definitely a place to go for that. AMD's GPUs are pretty solid as well, so they're definitely a vendor to look at. But I think the bigger structural change there with devices is that a lot of compute, and especially a lot of AI related or AI enabling compute, is happening on the NPU more so than the GPU. We're seeing the NPU take on a lot more of these tasks in mobile phones. We're seeing that with new AI PCs. So it's not to say the GPU isn't important and still doesn't play a part in this, but it's just there's also an NPU piece of this that favors Qualcomm, for instance, more so than Nvidia. So it's the silicon diversity that's driven by the AI proliferation from the cloud into devices is definitely making things more interesting and is going to be a competitive proof point for Nvidia moving forward as they themselves start to diversify.